The 147th Kentucky Derby is tomorrow, and if you're celebrating the event with friends or family, you're going to want just the right drinks. All right, today we're joined by Chris Morris, the master distiller at Woodford Reserve. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, Todd.
Hey, thanks for being here. Woodford Reserve, the presenting sponsor of the Kentucky Derby. That's a big deal. Tell us about it.
Oh, it sure is. Well, back in 1999, Churchill Downs approached us to be the first ever official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. 124 runnings of the Derby, no endorsed bourbon. Derby 125, we became the first and only official bourbon of the Kentucky Derby. And when the opportunity to become the presenting sponsor arose a few years ago, they asked us again, and we said yes. So we're in the Derby history books.
That's an instant yes, right, Chris? That is a yes, absolutely. And we equate this race with the mint julep, right? I mean, that's the drink of the Derby. So talk about this year's Woodford Reserve $1,000 mint julep recipe and this charity program.
Yes, this is our 16th year, Todd, of the $1,000 mint julep program from Woodford Reserve, elevating the mint julep to unappreciated heights before this. What do you get for $1,000 mint julep? You get to give to a good cause, as you noted. And every year our charity and our theme of the program changes. And this year we're celebrating the African-American jockeys that dominated the sport from the very first Derby winner in 1875, Oliver Lewis, the jockey, not the horse, of course, Aristides, until 1902 when segregation pushed them out of the industry. They won 15 of those first Derbies. 10 individuals did. So we want to make sure people don't forget their story. So the charity we're donating the proceeds this year to is the Project to Protect African-American Turf History. This history is here in Kentucky, right here in Lexington. Many of these famous jockeys, well, they're forgotten and they're buried, and their cemetery is in disrepair and their monuments are collapsing. We want to make sure that their memories are kept alive.
Kudos to you and that cause. And then we were getting a look at the bottle. You release a new Kentucky Derby bottle each year. I mean, you got to collect them all. Look at that artwork. Who's this year's artist?
This year's artist is a Louisvillian from Kentucky, Richard Sullivan. He's our second year in a row that Richard has given us a wonderful watercolor painting, and he's a former Atlanta Braves pitcher as well. So a professional athlete, now a professional artist.
Wow, impressive resume, and hopefully a strong bourbon drinker. So when people are speaking of drinking bourbon, when we're at home for the Derby, what are some recommendations? I'm sure Woodford Reserve is in here somewhere. What should we be drinking and eating besides that mint julep?
Oh, certainly. So the mint julep, as you noted, is tradition, but they can get to you over the course of a day because they are very strong. Yeah. So a couple of years ago, I created a new drink that is now being sold at Churchill Downs, and of course, it's very easy to make at home, and it's becoming a real favorite. And it's called the Woodford Reserve Spire, of course, named after the twin spires. And it's a really easy, refreshing drink to make. And it starts with a Spire cup, a Woodford Reserve Spire cup, 2 ounces of lemonades. Any lemonade will do. 1 ounce of cranberry juice. So we're going to have this tartness to offset the Woodford Reserve sweetness. 2 ounces of Woodford Reserve. We're going to mix that together. Doesn't take a whole lot of effort, does it? Plenty of ice. We're hoping we're going to have a nice warm Derby. And last 2 years ago, the track sold nearly 90,000 of these drinks over the course of the weekend. And then all you do is garnish with a wedge of lemon. And that's the Woodford Spire. It's refreshing, it's easy to make, and I think it's a must now at all Derby parties.
Oh my goodness, you're making me thirsty. Chris, thanks so much. What a great recipe. I love it. Don't forget to check out woodfordreserve.com for even more recipes and great ideas for your celebration tomorrow. 4 o'clock in the afternoon, you got yourself the Derby. Thanks again, Chris.